Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Jerry Yasser, and I'm a Microsoft MVP for Office Apps and Services. I work at DXC Technology as Office 365 architect. Today, we are going to talk about a new feature that Microsoft has introduced, and we have been requesting this feature for a very long time. In the past, when we have to manage the Office 365 permissions or Office 365 roles in general, we always have to add the users in different roles directly by adding them to the roles themselves. It makes our management lots harder because we have to go inside the role and find and remove them whenever a new role is required. So if I go back to Office 365, you can see that right here in the role section, which Microsoft has provided us in the Admin Center, we can go in the role. Like I can see that if I go in my global admin or global reader role, I can go and add the users directly. I can find the user from the drop down, and you can see that I can find anybody that is member of the tenant. I can click save, and the role is assigned to that person. Now, in some situations where we have multiple people managing multiple positions, we will have to go in each role and add them to that role directly. There was a way that you can do manage it through PowerShell as well. So in the past, what we have seen is that we can either create an Office 365 or security group in Active Directory or security group in Office 365 and add those users directly to that group. So we create a group and then we add the members. And in the end, then we have to write a PowerShell script that reads the member of that group and then eventually add them to the Office 365 role. That does solve the problem in terms of the management for initial management, of course, but it never helps because when I remove a user from that group, it does not remove that role from Office 365 or Azure Active Directory. In those situations, I will have to go and see what roles the user has. So in Office 365, unfortunately, we have to go in for each user. I have to go and click on or find him. Let's say if I see what role that Adam Barr has, I have to click on him, and then I can see if what roles he has, and then click on Manage Roles, and then I have to go and uncheck that role. But in terms of the provisioning process, we have seen that people assign most companies or IT teams assign the permissions when the user is created, and then they add them to the certain roles and groups. We want the same process to work if the user has left the company and his account is disabled, or his account is removed from the group. We want that group user to lose all the permissions in Office 365 as well. So that was not the case. That's where Microsoft introduced a new feature which allow us to use the cloud groups to manage the role assignment in Office 365. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can configure it using out of the box management using Azure Active Directory. And then later, I'll also show you to do the same thing uh, with uh, with uh, with PowerShell. All right.